Welcome to Wesley Impact. I'm Keith Garner. It's great to have you again on the show. I wonder how important it is to have a workplace that values its staff. I'm looking forward to spending this time with you today on the show. Today is actually the final of 4 episodes that are being filmed here at Wesley Mission's David Morgan Centre at Rydalmere in Sydney. And as you see behind me, the staff here are working very hard providing packaging services to our commercial clients. Since the centre opened in 1972, we've employed hundreds of people who are living with a disability, creating an encouraging environment in which they can develop not only their employment skills, but also their social and personal skills of every person. Today we'll meet the Training and Placement Coordinator at David Morgan Centre, Ashwani Mangala, and I'll discuss with him the important role of providing a positive work environment to our staff. Leah Brett will join Craig Gower and Deb Ezzie-Walton in the studio to sing Hour of Love. And I'll be sharing some thoughts from Ephesians chapter 5, verses 8 to 14, which speak about God's gift as changing our lives so that we can live in the light of Christ. It's a transformation from darkness into light that we're called to live as children of the light. But first, I thought you'd like to see an example of the camaraderie that exists in the factory floor here. Regular viewers of the programme might be familiar with Paul and Ian's story.
My name is Paul Barnes. I've been here 30 years. When I came here with my parents, we met Jack Wilkins, who was a very lovely man. He shook our hands, including mine and my mother and father's. He introduced himself, and that's when the ball started to roll. And he took all 3 of us into his office. He had a clipboard in how much strife I was in, and he said to me, we are about to change that. We're about to swing that around.
My name is Ian Nichols. I've worked here for 40 years this year. I'm an assistant supervisor in the factory, and what we do is to help the new people when they come in, be a spokesperson for them.
I rang up at least 4 times and asked when I was about to start, and they said on Monday the 29th of March 1984. And when I slammed down the phone, I said to Mum and Dad, it's all systems go, and they were absolutely thrilled. They was proud as punch, and I had been here all this time.
David Morgan Centre is important because people like us can go and do a day's work and feel accepted doing something in the community.
I felt like if I was part of a career and also part of the furniture here at David Morgan, and felt very lucky to have a mental disability, and felt lucky that I'm still here and I will be here for quite some time to come.
They come to me because I used to be an employee rep. I used to be on the safety committee, and they come to me with any problems, even Paul Barnes. Paul Barnes and me don't see eye to eye. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong, and sometimes I'm right and sometimes I'm wrong. But he's alright, he's not the worst one here. No, he's alright.
When my name was mentioned, I went up to the Premier of New South Wales. He handed me my 30 years long service leave certificate, and I was overjoyed. I was like if fireworks, it just exploded in the air, and it was the proudest moment of my life. and I went, Yahoo! My speech was about the 30 years being in this place, and the friends that I've got here.
Paul's good qualities are that he's, I don't know, he's always here, and he always tries to do the work. He tries to do the work, and he gets on with most people.
To tell you honest truth, it's going to be extremely difficult and very hard to move away from here. I've just got so many friends here that it's going to be very hard for me to say goodbye in the next 25 or maybe more years.
If you would like to learn more about Wesley Mission, visit wesleymission.org.au. You can find help in our community services, connect with our church and congregations, discover a volunteer role that suits you, stay up to date on the latest news and information, donate to support our work, and help make a positive difference in your community. You can also connect with us on social media and subscribe to receive the latest news and information about Wesley Mission directly into your inbox. Visit wesleymission.org.au.
The contact details are on the screen now. Reach out to us if we can be of help to you or a loved one in any particular way. I mentioned earlier at the top of the show that Ashwani Mangala is the Training and Placement Coordinator here at David Morgan Centre and is responsible for the extracurricular activities and the social interactions in the team. The role also provides supporting our staff as required, and to tell us more, I welcome Ashwani. It's good to talk to you today. I should say thank you for you guys allowing us to come into your workplace to share with us. That's good.
So thank you for interviewing me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. And how long have you been a member of the Wesley Mission team?
5 years, going to be in December.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about what your work involves.
My work entails hiring the people in the supported employment setting, looking after their wage assessment. We have supported employees working on various enclaves in Wesley Mission, like Wesley Mission, Kogra, Ashfield Hospital, Vision Valley. They work at Carlingford, Allen Walker Village, and I support them in their training, developing their skills, empowering them into their job, also doing their vocational development planning meetings, make sure they put a goal that this is not the end of it. They have they can go for open employment.
And we've been here for 4 weeks, and it's quite obvious to me and to my team that are here that this is not really just people volunteering to do something. We treat it as employment in every sense.
That's correct. They are supported employees. They're getting wages. They get assessed every year as per the Fair Work Award. They're getting paid. So if someone worked 90% or 100% to their capacity, they're getting a wage award for the wage hourly rate on the basis of the assessment.
That's good. And do you enjoy it?
I really enjoy working for Wesley Mission. That's why I'm here. I'm proud to say that I'm working for Wesley Mission.
Look, I said earlier when I was talking to you that you do extracurricular, they do things beyond the normal work. What sort of things are they?
Like, I try to encourage them that this is work. When I do their vocational development planning, that work is not the only thing. I link them with a community participation program. I link them with Wesley Care, like home care support team. I link them with a gardening team, like how they are NDIS participant. If they have to do their lawn and things, they can do that. I also offer help to go with them to Centrelink if they have any issue with their Centrelink payment. I offer them help for the ATO if they have any issues with their taxation. So I try to help them out wherever I can.
And there's also work experience that goes on too, isn't there?
Yes, we do have 4 schools currently. They come bring the school kids along with their teachers and teachers' aid, and they come 1 day a week. And also we have transition to work people coming here 1 day a week.
Yeah. And there's a relationship with the colleges as well?
Yes, we do have people studying in University of Western Sydney, their master's degree or bachelor's degree in social work, they do approach us for student placement.
And many of those people are wanting to go into work similar to this or working with people as such.
That's correct. That's correct. As they're studying social work,
Yeah.
so they want to work
Yeah.
in the disability field, or they want to work in a home care or aged care.
Now, no workplace is perfect. We know that there are problems, but on the whole, would you say this is a decent place to work and that people enjoy it here?
I would say that because you know how we have a variety of people. The age difference is from 18-year-old to a 70-year-old, and people working from 45-year to 1 year, and they do enjoy. And
Yeah.
we want to keep our staff. We want to help them out with their flexible working conditions and working out with them what days suits them or what hours suit them. So we try to fulfill their requirement.
And some of the work that you do impacts upon the morale of the place, really, does it?
I think that's very true. Like the energy in the environment. Like I can see my colleagues, work colleagues, my manager, and other people who work in Wesley Mission. It's a positive energy,
Yeah.
and that's what I pass on. Like when I go see them every day, I get so much empowered myself. Like although I want to empower them, but I get so much of power that I can lift them up. Like I said, look, this is not it. Look, you have long way to go. Make sure you decide. Make a right decision where you want to go.
And listen to this noise, wonderful place. It's full of life. Let me ask you a question about you and say, what is it that motivates you to work here?
The motivation for me, my wife is a social worker. My background is totally different. I'm a chemical engineer and an IT person.
A chemical engineer.
And an IT person. I did my
see.
master's degree here. So I work in the chemical industry, I work in the IT industry, both. And you know how the IT market is, sometimes it's up and down. And I didn't get job for 6 months back in 2003. My wife suggested me, why don't you try some casual job? I started working with people with disability in the day option program.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy. Then I pursue my career in the disability industry, like working alongside similar sort of environment.
Well, I'm absolutely delighted that you chose to be part of the Wesley Mission family, and we're delighted at the work that you're doing here in the David Morgan Centre. Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's welcome Leah Brett and Craig Gower and Deb Ezzy Walton in the studio now to sing Hour of Love.
If you wanna know a real feeling, take the time for healing, a moment in the morning for prayer. Begin anew with sunrise, wipe the dust from your eyes, be rid of your disguises again. A little for your father, a little for your mother, a little for your sister, a little for your brother, a little love for your soul will make you whole. If you're looking for protection, learn to read directions written in the depths of your soul. Remember in the new day, sit in peace, meditate. Stillness takes you farther than you know. A little for your father, a little for your mother, a little for your sister, a little for your brother, a little love for your soul will make you whole. La 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 la, la 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 la. shower of love. Do it in the evening, you will be receiving the peace that you've been leaving behind. A little for your father, a little for your mother, a little for your sister, a little for your brother, a little love for your son to make you whole. Get rid of your disguises again. Get rid of your disguises again. Get rid of your disguises again.
Experience the Galilee and the towns and cities where Jesus was raised and called his home. Capernaum, Nazareth, Tabgha, Magdala, Caesarea Philippi, Bethsaida, Tiberias, and of course the Sea of Galilee all feature in this 6-part series as Keith Garner explains the first century context of biblical events.
Jesus was born during a time of change in the political and economic leadership of this region. Fishermen around a lakeside was really one of the big businesses. Why Jesus? Why didn't people ignore him? Why did they take him seriously? And what are the questions we should be asking today if we're going to take Jesus seriously?
The Man of Galilee is available now and comes with a study guide for leaders, small groups and individuals. For more, visit wesleymission.org.au.
Let me read for you today from Ephesians chapter 5, verses 8 through to 14. For you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Live as children of the light, for the fruit of the light consists in all goodness, righteousness and truth. And find out what pleases the Lord. Have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. It's shameful even to mention that the disobedient do in secret. But everything exposed in the light becomes visible, and everything that is illuminated becomes a light. This is why it is said, "Wake up, sleeper, rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you." There's a movement in this passage from darkness to light. It's the chief metaphor used in Ephesians 5. And in doing so, it describes the radical change that takes place in the lives of the Christians of the early church. It's a helpful picture for what God continues to do amongst those who follow him. The lives we live apart from God are characterized by darkness, so much so that we're identified with it. However, because of what God has done in Jesus Christ, we're now identified not so much with darkness, but as in verse 8 says, now light. If we identify with the light, we should live as children of the light. This is what pleases God. I love that verse 10. It makes it quite clear. This is what gives God pleasure. 3 qualities are produced by light, and they are, first of all, goodness. This, of course, is in that list of the fruit of the Spirit. It's to do with the power to act. Goodness is not just simply a quality that is spiritual inside. It issues forth in practicality. Goodness, righteousness. Now that's a very religious word in a sense. You don't really hear it every day of the week, but it's a powerful word. It's a word that describes that love comes as a result of how we stand with God. Because our standing with God is true and real, then righteousness, right living, being put right with God and now right with each other is seen in our lives. And the third of those words is the word truth. It's the thought that you find in John's Gospel, that we shall know the truth, and the truth will set us free. Truth is critical, of course, to Christian discipleship. And as we move week by week towards Easter, we declare the fact that God has set us free. We'll be using that theme in our Easter mission, about freedom, the freedom that's ours in Christ. And when we talk about freedom, We're not talking about the liberty to do what we like, but what God calls us to do. So the freedom in Christ is something that is ours. It's a liberty. We're being set free. Jesus Christ, who knew what it was to be taken from all the things that would make him free, arrested, crucified, has given to us a freedom. And that freedom of all freedoms is the freedom we most cherish. And we know when we read the book of Ephesians here at this point that we not only live in the light, but we're free in the light to live our lives. That's not freedom to do anything that we like in any way at any time, but the freedom to be one of God's people, one of his children, one of his disciples here in the 21st century. It's a wonderful thought, really, and I love the fact that God has set us free, because so often we enslave ourselves by the things we say and do, by the experiences we live. And what God does is he sets us free. He takes those chains off us, and we are once and forever liberty. Liberty in God, that's what it's all about, and that's the gift that he gives to you. May you know today, as you hear those words about the light of Christ, know that that light shines not only on you, but through you. You become a child of God who is a child of that light, and that light is going to make all the difference. Do you think we need that today? Don't we live in so much that would reflect darkness and selfishness and all the things that are anything but freedom? We're not in prison, most of us, though some are. And I know some watch our program from those settings. Most of us are not in prison, but we can be. Even though we're not in a prison, we can be imprisoned to ourselves and to our own intentions. And God comes and he sets us free. May that freedom be yours today. It's a freedom to serve. We've listened to somebody who enjoys doing so much for other people. He has a freedom to do, and we're called to share in that freedom in a real and meaningful way. May God bless you this coming week, and why don't you try to mark out the moments during the week when you can be certain of the freedom of God. The things that happen to you and you say, thank God, I belong to him and I've been set free. May that freedom be yours. May the light and love of Christ fill you with joy as you seek to serve him this day. It's great to be in this setting here, but what's more, it's not the setting we live in, it's the fact that God sets us free wherever we live our lives. God bless you as you share in our word today.
If you would like to contact Keith and find out more about today's program, write to us at Wesley Mission, Post Office Box A5555, Sydney South 1235, or you can send us an email to impacttv@wesleymission.org.au. On our website, you can catch up on past episodes of Wesley Impact, find out more about our work, read online magazines and articles, and connect with us on social media. You can also connect through Keith's blog and stay up to date on all the latest news and information from Wesley Mission, wesleymission.org.au.
Don't be afraid to write to me if you've got any questions about the Christian faith, or anything you've heard on this program today, or if you've got any questions that you might have had going through your mind when you've looked at our work at the David Morgan Centre. Let's take a look now at some of the events coming up at Wesley Mission.
Come and be part of our multicultural celebration dinner at Wesley Mission. Bring your friends and family and together enjoy a delicious spread of foods and performances. Losing a loved one to suicide is a sorrow unlike any other. Wesley Life Force invites you to their suicide memorial service at King George's Square in Brisbane, where you can join with others affected by suicide in a spirit of comfort and hope. Easter is coming. There are many events that you can be part of to join with us in celebrating this important season, such as the Palm Sunday celebrations at Circular Quay, our Easter breakfast and lunch events at the Wesley Centre, our Good Friday event at the Martin Place Amphitheatre, and all culminating with our Easter sunrise service on Easter Sunday at the Sydney Opera House. Wesley Crossroads Fellowship is meeting at the Wesley Centre's Pendlebury Room. It's a wonderful opportunity to explore and learn God's Word and to strengthen your Christian faith.
So the website's on the screen again, and for more information, please be in touch with us. I hope you've enjoyed the program today, and also this short film series, which has been filmed on the run, as it were, here in our Wesley Mission's David Morgan Centre. I enjoy taking the programme out from place to place, on the road from time to time, giving a first-hand view, not only to myself, but to those of you that share with us week by week. The David Morgan Centre is an important part of our Wesley Mission work and will continue well into the future. I hope you found my thoughts on the transforming power of God beneficial and the conversation with the Shwani most interesting. I'll be with you again in the Wesley Impact studio next week. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the same time again next week. God bless you.
Wesley Mission walks alongside people of all ages struggling with homelessness, addictions, mental health issues and financial stress. To find out more, visit wesleymission.org.au.